Hey there, my name is Keegan McConnell. I am a functional medicine practitioner and physical therapist, and I wanted to provide some education and insight into a topic that I hear many of my patients, family members, and friends talking a lot about, and that topic is detoxification. I'm sure many of you have heard that term detoxification, but before we talk about detoxification, we really need to talk about what is toxicity. When we talk about toxicity, we're really talking a lot about environmental toxins. And environmental toxins can place an increased burden on our bodies, which is huge. And that burden over an extended period of time can lead to chronic illness and disease. So let's talk a little bit about a perspective on toxins. Do you know that since World War II, over 85,000 synthetic chemicals have been registered with the US Environmental Protection Agency? And in the European market, over 140,000 chemicals. That is a ton of chemicals. And the even bigger problem with this is many times these chemicals, we don't know until 5, 10, 15 years later what the actual side effects and long-term consequences of those chemicals are. And that just creates a bigger problem for us because over that time, all of those toxins and chemicals have built up in our body. Now, the other thing to consider is every year, over 2,000 synthetic chemicals are registered in the US, and they're used in everyday products, things that we use every day. So like food that we take in and consume, our personal care products, lawn care products, pesticides, all those different things that we touch as well, plastic containers. And so all those toxins that we use each and every day can build up in our body. Now we need to think about, when people can't eliminate these toxins properly or they have too many of them, what happens? So here's the theory behind toxicity and detoxification. So our body's really smart, and what it does is it handles pollution or toxicity with dilution. Now dilution is great, but if the body gets hammered with too much, then it can't handle all of it at once and it has to figure out, what do I do with it? And so I really equate this to like when you have a huge rainstorm and your gutters are kind of clogged up a little bit and you have all this water, and the water should be going down through the normal spout to the bottom to get out. But because your gutters are clogged, it backs up and just overflows outside of the gutter to the surrounding area. And that's really kind of what happens in our body. So the body's smart, and what it does is it produces more fat or adipose tissue to store these toxins. And when it deposits the toxins into the adipose tissue, it's out of the way. And the body's like, great, we've got this handled. Okay? But that becomes a problem because over time, when we have all this adipose tissue building up, when the toxins are being stored in that adipose tissue more, that can again, over time, create that long-term burden on the body, which can lead to chronic illness and chronic conditions. And that may show up in the form of joint pain, autoimmune disease, chronic respiratory issues, so many different ways that long-term toxicity can show up. And it's really important for you to figure out, what is your toxic exposure level? What have you been exposed to? Because so many times people just think, oh, my joints are just bad because of my genes. Well, that's a part of it. That plays a role in it. But also, it's like, what is inside your body? We literally are what we breathe. We are what we eat. We are what we drink. We are what we touch, and we are what we can't eliminate. So it's so important that we need to learn, how do we detoxify our body? What are the toxins we're being exposed to each and every day? Because it's a lifelong process. There's always going to be a toxin, but how does our body handle it? Does it eliminate it and control it through proper channels? Or does it create adipose tissue and fat to dump it in there? And where we see this very frequently is people that go on these different diets and they have rapid weight loss, okay? When that fat disappears, all of the toxins get released into the body. And then that creates a toxic load and a toxic burden on the body, again, that it can temporarily handle, but then it creates more fat to try and get rid of some of those toxins. So you get these people that say, I've tried everything I can to try to lose weight, and I lose it really quick, but then I put it back on, and that's a problem. So we have to look at detoxification pathways and how is that handled best in our body. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more, I have a free toxic exposure questionnaire that I'm happy to send you. It's a great questionnaire. Just comment below and I'm happy to send it to you, okay? Also, if you want to talk with me more about toxic exposures and maybe some of the things that are showing up in your body, there's also a link in the commentary below where you can, schedule a free discovery session with me. So I'm happy to talk with you about that. Hope you learned a little something today. I look forward to speaking with you or maybe sending you that questionnaire, and let's evaluate what is your toxic exposure level. Have a great day.